Hey, how's everybody doing? I hope that you guys are keeping well. As always, you know that I wish you to be safe, to be sane, to stay out of trouble, and to stay warm. But can you believe that we've come to the end of this little mini series we've been running, where we've really just been talking about money and financial management. We've covered budgeting, saving, and just recently wealth generation. Oh yeah, and we also covered debt, good debt versus bad debt. And so I thought, you know what, I've given you guys a lot to digest over these last couple of videos, a lot of tools, a lot of information that you guys can follow up on as well. And so I thought, but let's actually close off these discussions with something that's equally important as all of the hard skills and all the hard tools, which is, the importance of cultivating good financial habits and having a very good and a healthy, balanced relationship with money. And this is often the problem, right? This is often where it starts. And that's why you have, money coaches, people whose job it is to help people navigate, their finances and navigate really their psychological and emotional relationship with money, which is where a lot of us actually stumble, because a lot of people have very bad financial habits and a very bad relationship with money. And we see this manifesting in society in different ways. And that's because a lot of us, especially when you come from a background or beginnings of lack, where there was a lack of money, there was a lack of, resources, there was a lot of misinformation or lack of proper financial education and financial literacy. There was unemployment, there was, extreme poverty, it's like there's just lack. That doesn't help us actually, cultivate proper, healthy, good habits and good relationships, with money. And so I just wanted to touch on that and make you very much aware of that. And this is where, counselors come in, therapists come in, coaches, mentors come in. This is where it's really good to look at people who have done what you want to do and trying to learn from them. Because a lot of people that have become wealthy also come from very humble beginnings. So, and that's one thing that really always inspires me, that there's so many people that I follow, that I look up to, some that I know, some that I don't know personally, but they have stories very similar to mine. They've traveled very similar journeys, but they've made it to the other side where I desire and envision myself to one day be, like a lot of you guys listening today. And so I encourage you guys to also look at those people, to follow them, and follow their journeys, follow their stories, and learn as much as you can from them. I'm a big fan of coaches and mentors and, just trying to steal nuggets of information and wisdom from those who have come before me. But I'll give you just quickly 6 tips. 6 tips, of how to actually get the right habits, or what the right habits look like. Number 1 is to automate wherever you can. Don't autopilot. Automate, but track. And it's important to track. And I've mentioned this before in the previous video, that you need to automate things wherever you can, so that things go off automatically. They're not up to you. So debit orders are a good idea. Having all the right apps and having, all the right orders with your bank, so that, things can just happen automatically. But then you need to track it. You got to look at your statements. You got to look at, your spending habits and your budget plans and all that stuff. So automate, but don't autopilot, which means automate, but track it all. 2, have specific goals. Have very specific goals and write those goals down. Have very specific, written down, monetary, financial goals. Goals about your money. Whether it is the fact that you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want to, I don't know, you want to put your little, siblings through school. You want to build your mom a house. Whatever it is, you want to go on holiday maybe. Maybe you want to study abroad and immigrate. Whatever it is that is going to require money for you to do, and that's something that you really want to do, write it down and be very specific about it, because then it helps you work towards it. Written down goals are things that you commit to, and you become very intentional about them. So have specific goals. 3, Save unexpected money, don't spend it. So if you get a windfall from somewhere, save that money. Do not spend it. It's unexpected money. So what are you spending it on anyways? So if you get a new gig that's like a short-term gig and it gets you like, some good cash for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, it's unexpected. There was no expected end for it. So save it. Don't spend it. 4, tell yourself you're worth it. Tell yourself you deserve to be financially stable, to be financially healthy, that you deserve to be rich or to be wealthy, whatever standard you want to go to or get to. You also have to believe that you're worthy of it, that you're worth it, that you have it in you to get there. You know what I mean? You have to believe that you are worthy, that you are worth it, and that you deserve it in order for you to work towards it. So constantly believe in yourself and bet on yourself getting there. 5, educate yourself. You need to educate yourself. Financial education and financial literacy is for everyone. And it's an ongoing journey. Things are constantly changing. Now we're talking about cryptocurrency. Now we're talking about NFTs. Things are constantly changing and evolving, and you have to continuously educate yourself. A lot of you don't come from a financial background. So, you have to educate yourself. And that the ones who do come from financial backgrounds, the ones who are studying accounting, mathematics, the bankers, those people that are in the finance and accounting space, you also need to educate yourself because things are constantly changing. Nothing is stagnant, so you also need to constantly make sure that you're reading, you're listening, you're consulting. Your financial liberation and your financial literacy is completely your responsibility. And number 6, lastly, surround yourself with like-minded, like-hearted people. If you wanna get to certain places and be a certain kind of person, you need to have those kind of people around you. And I don't mean hang out only with rich kids. I mean you gotta hang out, like the friends you have in your circle, the people that you're hanging out with on a regular basis, have to be people who share the same ambitions you do. Because if they don't share the same ambitions, you're eventually going to reach a fork. You're going to be diverging. There's going to be a lot of conflict in what we want to do with our time and so forth, And I don't just mean that I hang out with kids who want to be billionaires and be rich and whatever. I mean, you got to hang out with people that are ambitious, people that are hungry to achieve, people that are driven to achieve whatever their goal that they have set out for themselves is. Those are the people that you need to be trying to find and hang out with and learn from and grow with and have in your network. So surround yourself with like-minded, like-hearted people. And those are some of, the money, the healthy habits I think we should all be working to cultivate. Like I said, it's a continuous process. You never arrive because things are always changing. There's always new ways of doing things, new applications, new currencies, new investments, new things we need to learn. There's always something new that you don't know about. So have an attitude of constantly learning and constantly growing. Continuous development is what they call it. And I hope this has been very valuable to you. Please, as always, feel free to like, to share, to comment, DM me, connect with me. If you want more of this kind of stuff, please let me know. I'm happy to jump on a session and do a more in-depth discussion on all of this stuff. But as always, stay blessed, and I hope that you have found a lot of value from this because I've actually really enjoyed it. Bye.